Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thanks for tuning back in. Thanks for coming back to see me. I'm really pleased you've done so, and I'm really pleased to about to bring you this Cadisen. You'd have seen it on my community post. I even did a sale video about and I featured this watch. I think it was an absolute belter. Does that still continue to be the case? It's the C7063. For all intents and purposes, looks like an absolute smashing watch. When I looked at the pictures, we looked at the three different varieties they did. You looked at the specs. I thought this looked like possibly one of the best possible watches to buy on AliExpress, especially if you're looking for a chronograph watch, because you've got the reliability of having a Seiko movement, sapphire crystal, all stainless steel construction. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Does it live up to all that expectation? Has it surpassed it? As always, we're going to find out together. If you like the watch, please use the link in the description. It's an affiliate link. Doesn't cost you any more. Just makes your life easier whilst giving me a little bit of a kickback. But yeah, no obligation. Just enjoy the video. Sit back, relax. I'll stop going on because it's about that time to get the camera turned around and get on with it. Alright guys, so this is the watch. Do bear with me. I've tried a little bit of a different lighting setup. I've got a few different lights that I use. I use several at the same time. I've been getting complaints recently of being a bit dark. But anyway, outer cardboard. This is the usual sort of packaging you get from Cadisen. You open it up. This is what the watch actually came in. So covered in that. I've taken two links out for it to fit my wrist. Nice and easy to do. Push pins. Cleaning cloth. Instruction manual. Very, very limited in terms of all that stuff. But there's the watch. You'd have seen this watch on my community post, and also I did a video, AliExpress choice video, where I actually discussed this bad boy. You can clearly see what it's homaging. But I like this watch just generally, to be honest. I think it looks really cool. I wouldn't say it's a complete homage. I'd say it's more sort of gained inspiration from, shall we say. But this is the C7063. Sometimes it has an M or a G at the end. I can't really keep up, but that's what I'm going to go with for the model number. So that's a C7063. Inside, it's running a Seiko VD53 movement. I'll bring some information up about that movement now. It's really, really cool to have a Seiko movement in a watch this inexpensive. It's nice to have a known entity rather than a watch movement you've never heard of. You can't go on Caliber Call or anywhere to find any information. So, chronograph movement, rugged, reliable. When the time comes, you can change the battery out nice and easy. And I'm sure this one will just keep going and going and going. So, yeah. Seiko VD53 movement running inside. The construction of the watch, aside from the crystal, is all 316L stainless steel. So predominantly brushed throughout. You can see the brushing is done nicely actually. Sort of longitudinal brushing throughout the case. The bracelet is the same. No raw polished elements. You got a butterfly clasp. You got a bit of polishing in there. You got solid end links, and you got the screw down case back. Predominantly brushed again with some polished elements. So the case back, case, pushers, crown, bracelet, end links, butterfly clasp, all 316L stainless steel. As I said, predominantly brushed with the odd polished elements you can see from the pushers and stuff. So there we are. The case thickness of the watch is 11.9 millimeters. The case diameter, I measure sort of in between where the crown and pushers are. It's coming at 42.2 millimeters. And when you include the crown and the pushers, it's coming at 46.2 millimeters. The lug width on this is 19. That does taper down to 18 mil at that butterfly clasp. And the lug to lug, tip to tip of the watch is true, given you got female end links of the center link. And it's coming in at 48.6 millimeters. So yeah, I think good proportions there, guys, actually. So yeah, the case back, I've already mentioned, is a screw down case back. Let me just do so I can actually open it up properly, give you a good look. So yeah, that's what you're working with. Screwed down, Cadisen logo, bits of information that we're going to run through. And as I said, where it's screwed down, when the time does come to change the battery, it's going to be super easy. You're not going to have any problems. The bezel is a fixed bezel. A little bit different to the watch's homaging, but still done well. You've got a crown situated at the 3 o'clock position. Let me just unscrew it. It's a screw down crown. So leave that for now. And you've got pushers at the 2 and 4. And I'll run through those in a moment when we look at the dial in a bit more detail. As I said, stainless steel strap, 1 mil of taper, no signage on there, butterfly clasp. You've got double safety pushers. So yeah, nice and easy. Let's close that up. The crystal covering the dial, you'll be pleased to know, is a sapphire crystal, and the clarity is pretty decent, to be honest, guys. I wasn't sure what to expect. It looks like it's got a reasonable amount of AR coating on there. Look in the business. So yeah, sapphire crystal. The water resistance you might have made out on the case back is 50 meters. So that would give you 5 atmospheres of water resistance. And the weight will appear in the top right. With those 2 links removed, it was coming at 138 grams. Bang on. With those 2 links back in, you'll probably touch about 150 grams, which is about right for the size of the watch and everything else. But there we are. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in a bit more detail. So you got inside, you got a tachymeter, sort of outer, which is sort of like almost like a bezel, if you like, the sort of inbuilt into the under the crystal. There's loads and loads of videos about how to operate the tachymeter. I will talk about a couple of bits to do with that in a few moments, because there is a bit of an elephant in the room. But yeah, tachymeter blue with white. Inside that, you got a minute track. You'll see the second hand's actually hitting very, very nicely. Let me just touch the chronograph. So you'll now see the subdial at the 6 will start moving, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. You've got a white mottled dial, which I think looks really, really cool. I've said many, many times I do like sort of different sort of textured dials rather than plain. I think it works really, really well. You've got battens everywhere. You've got a double battered at the 12, smaller battens at the 3, 6, and 9 to make way for the subdials. So the subdials basically. So the subdial at the 3 o'clock position is telling you the time. So the 6 o'clock is the seconds for the chronograph. So as it counts through, it'll go through to 60, and then the subdial has already started moving. You'll see the one at the 9 will count the minutes. It's already started moving over slightly, so you can see it's sort of just over the 1 now, and that will just continue to go through. The subdials I really like, to be honest. I like the fact they don't look like they've just been cut out. It looks like they've been pressed in to the case. So it looks really, really cool. I like that. I like the aesthetic that it gives because of that. The nice blue sunburst of the subdials is cool as well against the white mottled dial. The hands and indices are all high polished. So that's also good to see. So yeah, that's all the stuff there. But yeah, as we go through now, so we're gonna go through, and it will go in a few seconds. What we'll go through, so it goes to a couple of minutes. You can see it started ticking over already. So yeah, just give me one moment, guys. But the blue with that white, it just pops. There's a few different color variations to choose from. Actually, I'll bring them up now so you can have a look at it side by side. But I think this is definitely the one to choose if it was me. So as I say, you're going to see it go past the 60 now. So that's 2 minutes. So if you now touch the crown, it will stop at that position, and then it will go back to the position. You can see it goes back twice because it's winding back round, which is pretty cool. So yeah, there we are. It has got loom on it, guys. I'll bring the loom up now. Rather surprised, I'll be honest. I wasn't sure what to expect with the loom. It does last quite a long time, actually. Cadisen, with the watches I've had so far, I wouldn't say they've been sort of doing anything with their loom, but this one is definitely breaking from tradition. It definitely is pretty good loom. I left it for a while, and this is what it looked like. So yeah, I can't complain, guys. The loom on this is pretty decent for the style of watch it is. So there we go. But yeah, as I said, it has got 2 positions. It's got a ghost position. You pull it out all the way out, it will hack. You put it back in, it will start back up again. That's just all you're dealing with. If you take it out to the first position, you'll hear there is a date in there, like I mentioned. But like I said, hacking movement, which I'm sure you're not surprised because it's a quartz. Put it back in, it starts back up again. And actually, let me just change the time so you can see how easy it is. Put it to about there for now. And there we are. And then you just screw it back up. Let me see if I can even do it with my gloves on. Bear with me a second, guys. Yeah, start screwing up, no problem. So leave it like that for a moment. But there we are. That's the watch, guys. That's everything going on there. Let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. Okay, so that's what it looks like on my wrist. I think it fits really, really nicely. There is going to be a bit of an issue with size in it, which I will discuss in just a moment. But yeah, I think it looks really cool, and I'll pick this up for £40. whole lot of watch, isn't it, for the money? So there we are. Okay, so guys and girls, that will now take me swiftly on to what I think is pants and Pukka about the watch. If you've ever watched before, you know I always start with pants. I like to kind of hide with Pukka. So what I think is pants. This watch isn't perfect, guys, but for £40, you're not going to find a perfect watch. If you found one, please let me know. But yeah, I'm going to go with three things. So I'm going to go with no half links. At the moment, I'm having to wear it quite loose because it's on a butterfly clasp. Um, it's not the most it's difficult because when I had three links taken out, it was too tight, so I've had to go a bit loose. So no half links. A couple of half links would have been nice, one either side, just to help you get that perfect fit. To no half links. The lug width being 19, you can squeeze 20 on there, I suppose, but I'd like it just to have been 20 anyway, just because it makes it nice and easy for strap changes. A nice sort of blue strap on this watch would be a banger. And the chronograph usability. So as you saw before, so when I press this, that's the chronograph. Yeah, I'm not sure how you're going to use that seconds sub-dial for the tachymeter. So the answer's on a postcard in terms of how that's going to work, because there's normally the other way around. Like I say, I'm not a huge chronograph fan, but I do appreciate them. But in terms of usability, I don't know how you're going to do that with that. So yeah, that could pose a problem. But there we are. So they're the three things I mentioned. I'll go no half links, lug width, and chronograph usability. What I think is Pukka, I had to say it, didn't the sapphire crystal. That clarity is not too bad either. But yeah, the sapphire crystal for the price point is fantastic. The dial, yeah, the dial I have to mention. I think the dial is really beautiful, sort of like a whitey silver in different lights, mottled in effect. Looks very, very cool. The sub dials, how they're sort of sunk in, don't look like they've been cut out. It looks like they've just been pushed in. I think that really looks really, really cool. The second hand alignment, in terms of the second hand, you'll see it pretty much lines up everywhere, which for the price is unbelievable. I've had watches sort of 10 times the price and they haven't lined up, so that's good. The loom, huge surprise with the loom. I was expecting it to be pretty pants, to be honest. But yeah, the loom is good. The size, actually, although it's a 42mm watch, it does wear more like a 41, maybe 40. It doesn't wear big at all. Hugs the wrist nicely. So yeah, 42mm. It feels smaller than that. The general look of the watch, like I said, you can clearly see what they've homaged, but I don't think it's a one for one. I think they've definitely done a few different things, the pushers, old notably, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's good to see. And the price, like I said, in and around £40 to £50 for this watch, I think is unbelievable value for money. During the sales, you're going to get it even cheaper. So yeah, I would definitely take a look for the price, guys. But they're the things I mentioned. I'll go with the sapphire crystal, the dial, the sub dials, second hand alignment, loom, size, general look, and the price of the watch. What a list. And guys and girls, that'll take me on to would I recommend the watch? I think it goes without saying that I would really have to be honest, given the fact that it's got so many things to like about it, so many things on the Pukka. Like I said, not perfect, but I think for the price, it's a whole lot of watch for the money. And this is definitely one of the best Cadisens that I've had in to date. But guys and girls, as I always say, please let me know what you think about this watch, more importantly, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch your time. Take care, guys. All the very best.